C10 back there. Shouldn't call it that. It's not squatted. Don't worry. That's a 70 model C10, short bed. Had a 350 Chevrolet 350 transmission that should have never, ever came out of it. Bought this truck. I get $1,500 for it when the hype of C10s was expensive. And got a deal on the truck. It had a 350 motor in it that's smooth, running just a stock 350. Had a 350 transmission that was leaking real bad, but was supposedly rebuilt. And I took it home. It cranked, and I drove it on the trailer. And sorry for the shaking. I got the truck a little pulled up on my truck a little too much. So anyway, me and my dad, we worked on it, man, and got the transmission pan off. And him being old school, I was gonna go get a new one, and he come out there with a punch and a brass hammer and started flattening out the edges on the pan. And I went and got a new gasket, and I was gonna buy a new transmission pan for a turbo 350, and he told me it didn't need it. So put it back on there, and guess what? It didn't leak. And long story short, I had the bright idea to put an LS motor in it. If you're gonna do an LS swap, do your homework and buy you a few parts here and there, put them up, wiring harness, headers, motor mounts, get you a motor, get it built, get it freshened up, whatever you're gonna do. Just get you a couple of parts, and then be able to put your motor in the truck. In my case, I bought a 4L60 transmission just to put in there behind the LS1, and man, I took it somewhere and let them do it. And needless to say, I got robbed. And when I told you I got $1,500 in this truck, they robbed me. I probably got 15 or 16,000 in it now, and it's still on a trailer. So, with that being said, you can spend your money and let somebody else work for you, and you can waste all your money and your time dealing with the bull crap. Or you can buy you a couple parts here at a time and pile them up in the corner somewhere, and then when you get ready to do it, you can put your motor in there, your motor mounts, transmission, and get you a cross member, and it's your motor sitting in a truck. Next thing you know, you need a wire harness, you need a radiator, you need stuff like that. And then in my case, I changed the intake, fuel rail, stuff like that. But I just told you a list of parts. That's about all you got to have besides the fuel system, and they put a tank in the bed. I just told you several $1,000s worth of stuff you got to have. With that being said, you could buy it a little bit at a time, put it in there, and do it yourself. Because now, several years down the road, I've went and got this truck from 2 different shops, one not even in my state. I had to go get it. Then I had a local guy had a dyno at his house. He's a hobby hot rodder, and he helped me get it running, and called me up, and he was like, "Who in the heck done this?" And I'm like, "Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is they wanted to check every time I talked to them." So I pretty much paid somebody to store my truck and mess it up and steal a bunch of parts off of it. All my seats were gone. I had 2 bucket seats in there. When I took it to that shop, when I got it back, they were gone. Shifter gone. I mean, just knick-knack stuff. You could tell somebody just went in that shop and they seen it, and that'll work in mine. Or I got a buddy that needs one of them. They just took my stuff. So had to buy parts twice. Had to pay somebody to do it twice. Still don't run, and here we are. And I'm just now, this has been several years, 3, 4 maybe. I'm now going to the muffler shop. I'm going to get my header flanges welded on and get some pipe, and luckily the mufflers are still under there, so I just got to get a piece of pipe on each header to connect me back to the mufflers and put some O2 sensor bungs in there where I get all that hooked up, and then going back to the dyno, gonna get this thing tuned. It's not no race truck or nothing, it's just gonna get tuned to drive, and hopefully we'll be able to get on the street with it and cruise around, man. Have a cool LS swap old ass truck that in the long run I'm so disgusted with it, may just sell it and just start over something else. But this was one of those projects I did not win. I lost a ton of money. So with that being said, I've done talked for several minutes about whining and complaining about redoing a truck, but I'm gonna try to get this thing buttoned up. I priced it to a guy the other day and priced it a little high, but I've got so much money tied in, it's hard to let something go when you already know you're gonna lose. So it's the way it goes with old cars, man. I don't know very many people that win at this game. So anyway, when get these pipes put on, I'm gonna get it sounding a little better instead of just open headers, and it sounding out there like it sounds like it's gonna tear the asphalt off the road. Get the exhaust put back on it, they're hooked up, get the O2 sensors put in it, and my point of saying that I was gonna sell it is I have suffered through the last couple of years of the headache this truck has caused me and the money that it's cost me. To now, supposedly all it needs is exhaust put on it, O2 sensors, and tuned, and it's ready to go. Start driving it. So why would I want to suffer all these years, the headache and the money lost, to give it away, lose money, and then turn around in 2-3 weeks down the road, see it in town or at a local car show, and somebody else is enjoying my headache? Sometimes that's the way it goes, but I'm hoping not this time. Maybe I can get that. Maybe I can change that. Maybe, just maybe, I can enjoy my C10 truck that I've had for several years. And wow, Jake brake. So, all right, guys, I'm on pulling up here at the muffler shop and see how this goes. So, well, I'm going to give you a little before and after sound of the motor, and then we'll go to the dyno, and we'll just button this thing on up and try to enjoy it, and just hope for the best for me. Because a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and money gone. So we'll see what it looks like when we're done, see what it sounds like, and we'll go from there.